Hi, unstable ones. How y'all doing? Y'all ready to go to class today? Listen, ladies, get a pen and a piece of paper. I promise you it's going to be worth it. So, you know how a few videos ago, I made a video and I was talking about how I decided to be celibate. And I talked about how it's been a long journey. It's been about 14, 15 months now. Like, I decided to do it for like my emotional, spiritual well-being. I didn't just want to be out here in the streets because I got rid, had a breakup, broken heart, whatever you want to call it, blah, blah, blah. Then most recently, I posted a video being completely transparent about my mental health disorder. I'm bipolar. I also have ADHD and how it kind of like affected me in so many ways. Like, I've lost friends, I've lost my relationship, I've lost myself. I went through a lot of these ups and downs with being bipolar. So I'm going to show you how the two, celibacy and bipolar, merge together, okay? So it took me a minute to realize that I was a little sexually bipolar, if that makes sense. So let me break it down to you what I mean, because somebody saying like sexually bipolar, I ain't never heard that one before. So I'm about to keep it all the way 100, ladies. Let's see. My first thing was, okay, I tried the good girl approach. I was like, if your initials are not TKG, you will not touch me, okay? Like, and I stood firm on that. Like, I barely looked at another man. I didn't think about sleeping with another man. Like, I had tunnel vision. Like, this belongs to somebody else. And then I felt like the good girl approach didn't work. I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm not getting back when I'm reciprocating. So I was just like, I was no longer motivated to be this good girl. So then that's when China came out. And China was like my alter ego back in the day, right? So China surfaced. And China had a different approach. China was more like, look, when I meet you, we're going to get straight to the point. I need to know what it's like. Because if it's skinny, if it's small, if it's just not fitting into my box, like, what was my other disclaimer? Like, if you sweat on me, and I'm not talking like in the moment sweat, I'm talking hot dog in the summer, like, and it's dripping on me. Nobody's forecast called for rain on me. It was supposed to be rain on you. So it was just like, we gotta get this done and over with now. Because if you don't meet my criteria, you will not hear from me again. I swear when I was out there like that, I wish that Apple had the do not disturb button back then. You know how many people names would have little gray bells with the slash right beside it? Like, you would never hear from me again. And I know some women that's like that. That's like, I'm going to go ahead and hit it off first. Because if he ain't hitting what I think he's supposed to be hitting on this, we don't have nothing else to talk about. You will never hear from me again. And then women, if y'all willing to be honest, we famous for doing things like, if he ain't last longer than about 10 minutes or so, if I ain't feel it, it don't count. Like, I know I'm not the only one. Baby, it counts. It don't matter how long he lasted. It don't matter how big or how small. Like, it counts. We might not want to hear that, but that's a notch, baby. So then I sat and I started thinking about it, and I was just like, dang. I said, okay, you know what? I got to grow up sexually. I got to grow up emotionally. I can't be choosing who I want to give my body to or a spouse based off what it's like the first time. I can't let it be one of those things where it's like, I need to know if you're hitting it right now before we go any further. And I'm almost certain there's some girls sitting like, man, Ish, you had me till you said, but no, it's true. Now, the reason why I told you get a pen and a piece of paper is, if you've ever been on my website, and I have some like online courses that I offer, and they're completely asynchronous. You do them by yourself, you do them in your own time. And one of the courses, I give the girls an activity. And I have my book right here, because I'm not going to ever tell you guys to do something that I did not sit down and do myself. So what I did was, I told women, I said, write down the names of the sexual partners you had. Write down the names of as many of them as you could possibly remember. And next to their name, I want you to write down why you slept with them. Whatever the reason was, why'd you sleep with them? And then I want you to go down the reasons and see if you notice a trend. So when I did this for myself, when I tell you I'm going to be transparent, I wrote down things like, this is so stupid. I wrote down things like, he was aesthetically pleasing to my eyes. Like, I'm silly like that. I was like, dang, he looked good. He was aesthetically pleasing to my eyes. Then I wrote down, he looked like he was delivering heaven heavy, oh, my handwriting. He looks like he was delivering a heavy package, but it ended up just being postcards. Oh my God, Aisha. I really wrote that. And then when I sat down and I looked, I was like, oh, he was cute. He was tall. He was nice to me. He looked like he was going to deliver everything I needed. And once I sat down and I looked at the trend, I said, Aisha, you shallow as hell. You did not have no clear basis or direction for what you was using to choose these men. So when I sat down and I thought about it, I was like, first of all, let's go ahead and take it back a little biblical. Part of the reason why God said that you're not supposed to have sex or give your body to someone until it's marriage, like two people should come together for the first time, because God never intended us to know how Tom, Dick, and Harry be hitting that joint. You supposed to be with the person who you're supposed to be with. That should have been the only person you was with. So you wouldn't have had other sticks to compare it to, because you were supposed to keep your body pure for that one person. But now that you got all these other sticks to compare it to, it's like this one gotta be this big, this small, this wide, this skinny, and you always searching for someone to meet that perfect stick. And it wasn't ever meant to be this way. So ladies, what I want you to do is I want you to first recognize that I might not be the best when it comes to choosing why I choose to lay down with people. How many times you lay down in the bed with somebody and you wake up or you look over like, why am I here? And then as soon as it's done, you like, you can go. Anyway, but just like, think about it. Why do you choose the men that you choose? Why did you choose to sleep with the men you chose to sleep with? Recognize. Second thing is reject those ideas. What was it that you was missing? What was the reason? What was the insecurity that was underlying? What were the things you were telling yourself that you needed from that person? Or what is it that you was trying to tell yourself to make you feel good? And then the second thing is to reframe it. What can I do to move away from that? Once you write down your little list, and then you try to figure out where was the trend, and then you look at that and see what was the unmet need. What was the one thing you noticed that they all had in common? And was that an insecurity thing? Was it something that was just your type? Did it reveal that there was an unmet need that you was trying to fulfill? So that's your homework for today, ladies. I kind of gave y'all a little snippet of what I do in the courses. That's why I said this ain't like life coaching. I'm not Ayala. I can't tell you how to fix your life. But what I can do is help you change the way you think about it. I can help pull out the things that's causing you the distress and the trauma, and to help you analyze it, to help you reframe it, to help you get rid of those limiting beliefs so that you can move forward. Am I perfect? No. But when I tell y'all that when I've done these personal activities that I am sharing with other women, they have helped me tremendously. So that's your homework for this weekend. Your homework is to write down all the names, think as many as you can remember. Next to them names, you're going to write down why you did it. And then I want you to look and see if you notice a trend. And then once you notice that trend, ask yourself, do you think you need to take some time to lock that joint down with a chastity? Like, real life, just ask yourself, like, am I worth it? I think you're worth it. But are you worth it? Do you think it's worth the time to just close your legs, open your heart, open your mind, and get to know yourself more, so that you don't make these dumb mistakes when it comes to choosing who you want to be with or who you give your body to? I promise, give it a chance. You're going to be laughing at yourself. I wrote that the man was aesthetically pleasing to my eyes, and that I thought he was delivering packages, but he was delivering postcards. That's how ignorant and shallow I was. I want you to take a chance to see what comes up for you, okay?